Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is my first official Q&A YouTube video, which is super fun. I did actually ask you guys the other day on my Instagram stories to ask me whatever you guys wanted. So anything to do with weightlifting, anything not to do with weightlifting. And I actually got loads and loads and loads of questions. I am super traditional and also slightly allergic to technology, believe it or not. So I did actually just handwrite all of them down. Well, not all of them, but like the most common questions you guys asked. I just listed them down into two separate categories, being personal questions and weightlifting questions. So just to answer the most common questions, I am 26 years old. I was born on the 21st of April 1993. I do have a boyfriend. We've been together for 4 years and his name is Jake Faruja. Jake is actually 3 years younger than me and he was born on the 20th of April. So we basically share a birthday. I do have two sisters, an older sister called Jessica and a younger sister called Jade. Yes, we do look a lot alike. And I live in Shamshia in Malta. So those are the main questions. So personal questions up first. How many tattoos do you have? Do they have sentimental meaning or do you love the art? So I have 6 tattoos, and to be completely honest with you guys, none of them have a specific sentimental meaning. I mostly just like the art. The only thing is that I do have Ohana written on my arm here, and Ohana means family. So I'm a huge Disney fan. This is something I got from Lilo and Stitch, basically.
Ohana means family. Family means nobody
gets left behind
or forgotten.
It's basically mostly because I like Disney and I love my family, so it just made sense to get Ohana. My latest tattoo, the biggest tattoo I have on my back, is a piece of art I had seen a few years ago that I was immediately obsessed with. I eventually looked into it, and the whole meaning behind the twin tigers tattoo is that they represent strength and power, and I just thought it just makes sense as well. I'm a weightlifter and I represent strength and power in a way. What events did you do in athletics? Were you good? And what were your times and distances? So I was actually a sprinter, so I did 100 meters and 200 meters mostly. I made the youth national team twice. I remember I did not put so much effort into my training as such. I don't really remember my time specifically, but I think I ran like a 13:1 in the 100 meters, so that's quite decent, I think. How do you handle all the sexual remarks from people on Instagram/Reddit? So the people that make sexual comments aren't people that obsessively bother me, so I just let them be. Especially through Instagram, I actually have only had, let's say, 99% of just positivity through my Instagram. No harassments or people just judging me, I guess, not at all. When I started using YouTube and Reddit, I was introduced into a very different kind of world, especially when I posted my video about my squat stretch/warm-up. It did really well. I woke up the next day and I remember just finding so many comments, especially through the Reddit account, of just some people were judging me, I guess, because I wore shorts in the video. I mean, I'm wearing a t-shirt and shorts in the video, baggy shorts. I mean, I thought it was a really cute all-white outfit and I just thought it was completely okay. I mean, at the end of the day, all I'm doing is like doing warm-up that I do for weightlifting. So in no way did I think I was being sexual in that video, but apparently it got so much like controversy in a way. Like people just decided that that video was all about me showing off my legs. And I mean, realistically, I do sometimes, especially through my Instagram, but even if I did want to, I don't get why people would just hate on me so much so that they would say that I am not a great athlete, that I'm only doing this for attention. And it's like, so I go to the gym full time so I can get your attention. Like, I don't know. It was just bizarre for me. I did get quite emotional about it because I'm not used to getting hate from people. I respect people and I show love to people, and I always have gotten that in return. So it was very strange to get some hate. But, you know, at the end of the day, I was just like, you know what? It's not even worth the energy. So I got over it. Best time of the year to visit Malta, and someone else actually said Malta looks gorgeous. Is it travel friendly? So Malta is travel friendly for sure. Everyone here is super helpful, super nice. The best time to visit Malta basically just depends on what type of holiday you guys are looking for. If you're into super hot 40 degrees kind of weather where you just have to spend the entire day covered in sunblock and at the beach, you want to come here in summer. However, if you don't want that like excessive heat, I would say like April, May is the most beautiful time of the year here in Malta because it is hot, but not like excruciatingly hot. What's the favorite spot you've been to whilst abroad? I always get asked this question and I never know exactly what to say because I've seen so many amazing places at this point that I can't really choose. Like, of course, favorite spot would be like Disneyland in Paris. Of course, we all know this by now, you know why. But at the same time, I was in Gold Coast in Australia last year, and I remember just thinking, oh my God, I could literally just live here for the rest of my life. But then when I was in Taipei, in Taiwan, it was such a like different culture that every single day was a new adventure. Anything was an adventure there, even just like getting food or going hiking, like everything was just something different. I literally can't pick. So actually, similar question my friend Clive asked, if you had to be reborn again and you can choose any country, which would you choose and why? I think I would be reborn in Italy somewhere, just because I feel like their language is super interesting and I'd love to know how to speak Italian really well. Mind you, I have tried. The Italians really make fun of the way I speak Italian. But imagining like having a really good Italian accent, I think just Italian in general is super cool. What's my favorite cheat meal? Oh, I haven't had a cheat meal so long. So, a burger with sweet potato fries as like a main, and then 5 layers of like American pancakes covered in Nutella and topped off with Hershey's or Reese's or any chocolate just on top of like loads of pancakes. That would be my cheat meal. Is that too much for one cheat meal? Probably. Do you have any other aspirations besides weightlifting? I have been recently thinking about this, thinking like, what would I do? I am graduated in mathematics and statistics, but I don't know at this point if I ever want to go back to a career in that, because I feel like I've discovered a career in sport, in weightlifting, and I've just fallen in love with it, and I would love to do something associated with the sport even if I'm not an athlete. So I'm actually considering going back to school, even like not maybe full-time, but doing it on a part-time basis and just studying a bit more about stuff like sports science or sports management, just something like that. I definitely want to do something to do with sports eventually. My favorite Netflix films and series. Friends is always a top choice for me. I also am obsessed with Planet Earth 2, Africa, basically all the David Attenborough documentaries. I am honestly just obsessed with them. Why did you choose statistics? I'm gonna be honest. The only reason I chose statistics was because I had researched beforehand what are the highest paid jobs, and anything to do with statistics was on the top. You know, little did I know that I was just gonna graduate for the of it. If you don't mind me asking, how do you manage to be a full-time athlete financially? And someone else asked, do you get paid to be a weightlifter? Are most Olympic lifters paid? So this is a question I get a lot. So No, I am very lucky to get a lot of financial help to pay for my competitions, for my training, for my supplements, for my, everything to do with my training and everything to do with me being an athlete. I do get a lot of financial help from the Malta Weightlifting Association, from the Maltese Olympic Committee, and from Sport Malta. But do I get paid to be a full-time lifter? No. So I do not have a main income at the moment. So how do I manage to keep up with my life? Basically, I have just learned how to live on the bare minimum. Again, I have a lot of loyal, amazing sponsors that sponsor my hair and my eyelashes and my training gear and my food and my nutrition. Apart from that, I do a few advertisements and coaching to help fund a bit of the rest of my life. What do you know now that you wish you knew when you were a beginner in the sport? I wish I knew that crying endlessly and throwing away my shoes after every single bad session I had were useless because I was going to go back to the gym anyway. Did you get a nose job? I see why people might think that. I have a bit of like what I call a Grinch nose, but this is the nose I was born with. And do you get lip fillers? Well, these are the lips I was born with. I've never actually denied it. I've just never been asked it publicly, but I have had lip fillers. I think everyone I know knows. It's just something I've always wanted to do. When I was younger, both my sisters have really nice big lips, and I was just lipstick on my face basically just looked like a straight red line, which really annoyed me. And I love lipstick, as you guys can tell, so yeah.